Welcome to Medieval Theatre with your host, Sir Arthur Williams.
Good evening and welcome to Medieval Theatre. I'm your host, Arthur Williams. Tonight we delve into the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. We shall investigate and show you 5 of Chaucer's characters from the Canterbury Tales. Chaucer wrote 29 including Geoffrey himself, but we shall only delve into 5 of them, as we have no time and certainly not the budget for it. The 5 we shall delve into for you are the monk, the knight, the yeoman, the squire, and the nun. Well, without much further ado, let's get right into it. Our first character analysis, as it were, is the forester, or the yeoman, the archer.
This yeoman wore a coat and hood of green, and peacock-feathered arrows bright and keen. A saucy brace was on his arm to ward it from the bowstring, and a shield and sword hung at one side. At the other slipped a jaunty dirk, spear-sharped and well-equipped. A hunting horn well slung and burnished clean, that dangled from a baldric of bright green. He was a proper forester, I guess.
The yeoman, the archer, the brave forester. Enough of him. Now for the next character in our series. The nun. Oh, please don't be offended by our nun's appearance. Women are so hard to find on short notice.
Her way of smiling very simple and coy. Her greatest oath was only by Saint Loy. She certainly was very entertaining, pleasant and friendly in her ways, and straining to counterfeit a courtly kind of grace, a stately bearing fitting to her place, and it seemed dignified in all her dealings, as for her sympathy and tender feelings. She was so charitably solicitous. She used to weep if she saw but a mouse caught in a trap, if it were dead or bleeding, and she had little dogs she would be feeding with roasted flesh, or milk, or fine white bread, and bitterly she wept if one were dead, or someone took a stick and made it smart. She was all sentiment and tender heart.
The good book, the symbol of nuns and religion, as Geoffrey Chaucer so well describes his nun. But let's not dwell on the subject of females anymore, as we don't like to do that, do we? Let's go to our next character, who was very fond of dwelling on females, as it were. The squire, the son of the knight, a brave, chivalrous, talented, gallant young lad who likes women and does very well with them. He's suave and debonair and has extremely good taste. He's also quite... Well, an example of his good taste, he wears Palo cologne, the gentleman's cologne. Let's watch.
And had done valiantly in little space of time, and hoped to win his lady's grace. He was embroidered like a meadow bright, and full of freshest flowers, red and white. Singing he was, or fluting all the day, he was as fresh as is the month of May.
The sweet smell of you. It stinks. Personally, I prefer this smell to any other. Oh, enough of that. Well, now our next character, the monk. As it says here about the monk's description, he likes a fat swan best and roasted whole. Good to say he's a glutton, but he liked swan, I guess. We don't have a swan, but I like bananas. Let's watch. Roll the monk.
He let go by the things of yesterday, and took the modern world's more spacious way. He did not rate that text at a plucked hen, which says that hunters are not holy men, and that a monk uncloistered is a mere fish out of water flapping on the pier. That is to say, a monk out of his cloister. That was a text he held not worth an oyster.
Nice creature. Well, enough of him. Now to the conclusion of our show, we show our last character. It was the best for last, perhaps. The knight, the noble warrior, who took his warriors into battles and won such villages as Alexandria, Granada, all along the Mediterranean coast. Speaking of his equipment, which we are now, this is a relic, an actual 14th century helmet worn by one of the knights. Perhaps this one was sure. He possessed some of the finest horses and all.
And though so much distinguished, he was wise. And in his bearing modest as a maid, he never yet a boorish thing had said. Speaking of his equipment, he possessed fine horses, but he was not gaily dressed. In all his life to any, come what might, he was a true, a perfect, gentle knight.
Geoffrey Chaucer, perhaps the greatest, well, the father of our English literature. Maybe not. But yet, the Canterbury Tales remains one of the greatest classics of all time. I do hope you've had an enjoyable evening with us. If not, at least a learning one. For Medieval Theatre, I'm Sir Arthur Williams. Good night.